former Ripple manager headed the Fed. Former advisor to the fintech company Ripple Michael Barr appointed to the post of overseer of the Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve. Former Ripple advisor Michael Barr has been appointed head of supervision of the U.S. Federal Reserve Board of Governors. Welcome to the Finance Up channel. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end, to like and subscribe. This was confirmed on the official website by the White House Press Service. Barr, as Vice Chairman for Supervision of the Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve, will regulate both large lenders and smaller financial firms. He will also be responsible for developing a policy for regulating cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. With the appointment of Barr, the Board of Governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve is represented in full for the first time since 2013. Earlier, Barr was appointed head of the Office of the U.S. Comptroller of the Currency. As a U.S. Treasury official under the Obama administration, Barr helped draft the Dodd-Frank Act, one of the most sweeping changes to U.S. financial regulation since the Great Depression. In 2015, he also worked as an ex-advisor to the fintech company Ripple. However, it is still unclear how long Barr worked in this position, since there is no mention of a term of work in the company on his LinkedIn page. Earlier, liberal groups in the United States criticized Barr's candidacy for the post of head of the Fed regulator because of his investments in fintech companies. Earlier, Glassnode analysts came to the conclusion that the cryptocurrency market is dependent on the policy of the U.S. Federal Reserve. This is due to the fact that the influx of traditional institutional investors makes the cryptocurrency increasingly dependent on macroeconomic shocks. Such dependence, according to analysts, suggests that the path to new highs in the foreseeable future may be difficult. Yesterday, the U.S. Senate finally confirmed Michael Barr as the head of supervision of the U.S. Federal Reserve System, putting an end to a long and dramatic nomination process that stretched for 6 months. In the spring, President Joe Biden appointed Barr, a former Ripple advisor. From 2015 to 2017, Barr was on the advisory board of Ripple Labs, dealing with distributed ledger technologies, to the position of vice chairman for supervision at the Fed after Republicans and Key Senator Joe Manchin opposed the original candidate Sarah Bloom Raskin. Barr worked at the Treasury Department under the Obama administration and participated in the development of the 2010 Dodd-Frank regulatory framework for financial institutions. He is a lecturer at the University of Michigan. Barr's confirmation means that the former crypto industry advisor will play a key role in overseeing financial institutions as inflation soars and markets remain volatile. The Senate voted 66 votes in favor, 28 against, to approve Barr's candidacy for a 4-year term as deputy chairman of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. 45 Democrats and 21 Republicans voted to confirm Barr. All 28 senators who voted against his confirmation were Republicans. 6 senators did not vote. The role of vice chairman for oversight is crucial to regulate our country's financial institutions to ensure fair treatment of Americans and protect the stability of our economy, old Biden said back in April when he nominated Barr. The documents must be submitted, she concluded. Moreover, the judge accused the commission of hypocrisy because it claimed that the speech had nothing to do with cryptocurrency regulation, while simultaneously claiming that Hinman was receiving legal advice from an SEC advisor. Judge Ned Byrne added that the agency had taken its judicial position to achieve its goal. Quote, hypocrisy in arguments to the court, on the one hand, that it has nothing to do with the market's understanding of how and whether the SEC will regulate cryptocurrency, and on the other hand, that Hinman applied and received legal advice from an SEC advisor when drafting his speech suggests that the SEC takes its position in the process to achieve the desired goal, and not because of loyalty to the law. The Securities and Exchange Commission wanted to use the principle of attorney-client privilege to protect internal documents related to the infamous speech about Ethereum delivered by a former high-ranking official of the agency, William Hinman. Initially, the plaintiff tried to defend the privilege of the deliberative process, but in January the agency prevented this attempt. The court determined that collecting facts from third parties is not a privileged activity. At the end of April, the Securities and Exchange Commission made another attempt to hide Hinman's emails, claiming the confidentiality of the lawyer and client. The plaintiff argued that the documents in question reflect confidential information, adding that Hinman should have been recognized as a client of SEC lawyers who gave him legal advice. The Securities and Exchange Commission also stressed that the drafting of the speech would not be available to him as a private person. However, the defendants argued that Hinman was not a client of the agency's lawyers. The evidence establishes that the predominant purpose of the communications was not to provide legal advice, the court said. Well-known lawyer James K. Phelan, who closely follows the progress of the case, called this decision a blow to the body. Gabriel Shapiro, general counsel of Delphi Digital, called it a big tactical victory for Ripple on Twitter. Do not rush to rejoice too much, because the next step of the SEC will be to appeal the court's decision to a higher instance, Judge Torres. Lawyer John Deaton believes that within 30 days we will see an appeal from the SEC and, accordingly, an objection from Ripple's legal team. Earlier, the SEC requested that the court allow 1. The revision of the Securities and Exchange Commission letter, 2. The revision of the defendant's letter, and 3. The sealing of some physical evidence to both letters. Judge Torres made the following decisions. She allowed the amendments proposed by the SEC because they are highly specialized, and now the Commission can edit certain parts of its objection to Amici's participation in the case. However, Judge Torres issued an ambiguous decision in response to the SEC's request to seal and edit the physical evidence in his letter of objection. Accordingly, the court partially satisfies and partially rejects the request of the Securities and Exchange Commission to seal and edit the exhibits to the letters, Judge Torres ruled. Judge Torres has granted in part and denied in part the parties' requests to seal documents in connection with the Amici motion to participate in the Daubert proceedings. Proposed redactions are due by July 15, 2022. This is due to the fact that Ripple's defendants claimed that the SEC took an extreme position regarding expert reports. In a recent letter addressed to Judge Annalisa Torres, they claim that the plaintiff is trying to silence any substantial criticism. Quote, Ripple also said in a statement that the SEC took the unprecedented step of requiring that Ripple's claims against 3 SEC experts be filed under seal before the judge's decision on whether to classify the opinion of the 4th expert, Patrick B. Doody, who, according to the SEC, was subjected to threats and harassment. Quote, This means that the public can see the reports of expert witnesses, with the exception of a small part of them, which in one way or another was directly related to the harassment directed at the expert, commented Jeremy Hogan, lawyer for Hogan & Hogan. He also called Judge Torres' recent decision regarding the parties' request to seal the documents a good result, since the public can see the reports of expert witnesses, with the exception of a small part of them. This was somehow directly related to the persecution of the expert. Quote, The current price of XRP for today you can see yourself on the screens, and the trading volume for 24 hours is $1,294,436,065 US. We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 4.08% in the last 24 hours. Do you think XRP will be able to win the court and restore its former price? Write the answers in the comments. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.